Welcome to Capabilities Needed for Interface Management, or IM. Click Begin to get started. Effective exchange of information is crucial to the success of any project. To achieve this, there needs to be structured performance management and accountability for IM. To effectively manage interfaces at scale, those involved need capabilities that span several core competencies. In this section, we will explore the different relationships that occur during IM and how core competencies can be applied across different levels of project interfaces. You will learn the interface hierarchy and levels of project interfaces, the structure, roles, and responsibilities of IM, the core competencies, skills, and capabilities required for IM, and the elements of the IM maturity model necessary to ensure that the organization adopts appropriate capabilities and behaviors as a routine part of its project execution practice. Due to their size and scale, large capital and mega projects tend to have numerous interfaces that require careful management. During Section 3 of this course, you learned about the attributes of an interface. Recall that an interface can be broadly categorized as either hard or soft. When managing interfaces, it is important to consider not just the types of interfaces, but the interface-related communications among parties seeking to transfer information or accomplish a task. This diagram illustrates the hierarchy and relationships among the various Interface Management System, or IMS, elements. It is a process-driven network. As mentioned in Section 1 of this course, interface stakeholders are involved in several interface points, or IPs, and require deliverables, such as pieces of information and tasks, to efficiently handle them. Every interface point consists of one or more interfaces and is formalized in an Interface Agreement, or IA, document. This captures all the details about a specific interface, as well as its status in the project lifecycle. As a result, every interface point gives rise to numerous interface agreements. Interface communication is facilitated through the use of interface agreements. Let's take a look at the workflow. First, an IA is issued by the accountable party. Next, the consulted party reviews the agreement. Then this person either accepts the interface agreement or provides the deliverable within a specified time frame. If the consulted party is not clear about the requested deliverable or has reservations or concerns about the deadline, he or she will ask for clarification or request a change. This process is a negotiation and continues until all involved parties are satisfied with the content of the agreement and the deadline. Effective communication is vital throughout the IA process. Involved parties must come to an agreement within a certain time frame to prevent delays. If they do not, the owner's interface manager must become involved and do TK. Let's take a look at a typical IA development communication process, which consists of 7 steps. Click on each step to learn more. Communications between stakeholders within the scope of a project are classified into inter-project and intra-project interfaces. Additionally, there is a significant amount of interaction between stakeholders directly involved in a project and independent entities outside of the project. These are called extra-project interfaces. Click each interface type to learn more. Inter-project interfaces include interfaces between different stakeholders directly involved in project planning and execution. For example, between the owner and contractor or between two contractors. Here's an illustration of one project's inter-project interfaces. These are the interfaces within the organization of each independent stakeholder involved in a project. For example, between two departments within a contractor or between a contractor and its subcontractors. These are interfaces between the project stakeholders and other organizations that are not directly involved in a project's execution. A good example of this type of interface is one between an owner and a government entity that issues environmental permits. To properly manage interfaces, the roles and responsibilities of project team members and any stakeholders at IPs must be clear. A team member's role determines the flow of information between different individuals and whether they are active or passive participants in completing interface requests, or IRs. Project members must ensure that their teams and stakeholders are meeting all the milestones in the Interface Management Plan, or IMP. Each project team member will have a designated role and set of responsibilities that requires them to monitor, track, and report progress toward completion. A successful interface management plan requires the collaboration and commitment of all management levels and key personnel. Several interface and project engineers are involved in completing interface requests, or IRs. However, the two roles that are key to executing the interface management plan include the interface manager and interface coordinator. Click each role to learn their key responsibilities. The interface manager needs to ensure that all parties involved understand their responsibilities. To achieve this, they use the Interface Responsibility Matrix. This matrix uses the same principles as a project RACI matrix, but with a specific focus on IM. RACI stands for Responsible, Accountable, Consulted, and Informed. An Interface Responsibility Matrix clarifies and formalizes each person's responsibility, as well as formalizes the interfaces between work packages on the project. Click here to download the Responsibility Matrix template. The RACI statuses in the Interface Responsibility Matrix help to reduce or avoid risks by increasing visibility and removing any ambiguity over the roles and responsibilities for each IP. Visibility is achieved by ensuring that there is a clear and concise definition of the roles and responsibilities required to ensure that all IRs are completed in a controlled and timely manner. Click each item to learn more. In addition to using the technical project manager skills, interface managers are responsible for implementing and maintaining the IM process throughout the project lifecycle by developing and implementing project-specific IM work processes, capturing the necessary IAs, monitoring progress to ensure that scheduling requirements are met, and identifying or initiating any change requests that may arise out of the interface requirements. A number of core competencies are required to ensure that both the interface manager and interface coordinator are successfully communicating between all levels and hierarchies involved in the project. The 6 core capabilities are captured in the Interface Management Competencies Matrix. Each of the competencies are ranked by the level of capability required for both an interface manager and an interface coordinator. Click Next for a definition and explanation of each of these competencies. Influencing is the ability to have an effect on changing behaviors to achieve a desired result, while negotiation is a process to reach a desired result. The interface manager requires a significant level of capability in these competencies. Both the interface manager and interface coordinator use persuasion to gain the support and cooperation from stakeholders, superiors, colleagues, subordinates, and other parties to achieve a desired course of action consistent with the project's strategic goals and objectives. Click to review key behaviors. Leadership is the process of motivating a group of people to achieve a common goal. In a business setting, this can mean directing workers and colleagues with a strategy to meet the company's needs. This competency requires the interface manager to be a leader and to take responsibility for leading, directing, and managing IRs through to delivery. Click to review key behaviors. Relationship management for interfaces is the supervision and maintenance of relationships among all stakeholders across the 3 levels of interface management. The interface manager must develop and maintain effective relationships with others to ensure that there are no barriers to completion. The interface manager should be able to relate well to people from varied cultures and backgrounds in different situations, showing understanding, courtesy, tact, empathy, concern, and politeness. Click to review key behaviors. Communication is the process of delivering timely and accurate information to inform all parties involved of the details necessary to perform or complete the IR. Effective communication is required to ensure ownership and clarity of the request. This is a skill that requires a significant level of capability for both the interface manager and the interface coordinator. You can learn more about communication in our separate dedicated course in the suite of built environment courses. Click to review key behaviors. Problem solving is the process of finding solutions to complex issues. The interface coordinator requires a significant level of this competency. The interface coordinator needs to identify problems and use logic, judgment, and data to evaluate alternatives and recommend solutions to achieve the desired interface goal or outcome. Click to review key behaviors. Decision-making is the process of deciding about something important, especially in a group of people or in an organization. The interface manager needs a significant amount of decision-making skill. The interface manager obtains information and identifies key issues and implications to make informed and objective decisions. Click to review key behaviors. Let's take a moment to consider a case study. The Ivar Aasen project was a major oil and gas project on the Norwegian continental shelf. It required key IM skills and capabilities to deliver a comprehensive and organizationally complex project involving over 140 global suppliers and subcontractors. It was the first major development project for the operator. This case study examines some key lessons learned, which highlight the importance of applying the soft and hard skills such as relationship management and information flows, allowing developers to avoid some of the key problems encountered in mega projects. To view this case study, please refer to the further reading at the end of this section. You should now understand the relationships, hierarchies, roles and responsibilities, and core competencies involved in IM. In Section 2 of this course, we discussed how the maturity model can be adopted as part of the implementation of IM. In Section 4, we discussed the adoption of the enabling tools and systems element of the IM maturity model. In Section 5, we explored how the business processes element can be applied in IM implementation. Let's now look at how the remaining two elements can be applied to ensure skilled and experienced capabilities and behaviors are adopted as a routine part of the organization's project execution practice. As discussed previously, each basic element has 5 stages. Stage 0 is considered the starting point for an organization that is just venturing into IM implementation. The highest level of maturity is Stage 4, the point at which IM is fully implemented across an organization on appropriate projects. Simply put, the 5 stages of maturity for each element can be considered as a progression from informal to formal IM. The Qualified People and Practitioners diagram shows the various stages associated with IM implementation in organizations or projects in a way that ensures that skilled and experienced people utilize the work processes and systems to create an effective IM environment. Click each step for more information. The sustaining culture diagram shows the various stages associated with how IM is implemented in organizations or on projects to sustain behavior that establishes it as a routine part of the organization's project execution practice. Click each stage to learn more. Let's take a moment to see what you've learned. Congratulations! You have now completed the capabilities needed for interface management section. In the next section, you will have a chance to review all that you have learned so far in this course.